After working with agents for the last 7 years, there's one word that I hear over and over and over again that drives me absolutely mental. And I'm gonna go so far as to say that it's rhetoric. What rhetoric is are words that mean something, that we say that actually mean nothing. This is the word that drives me up the wall. And I am so sorry.
This is a bit of a hot take and it's probably gonna offend a lot of people.
Value. Everybody says that word. Lead with value, show value. If you're door knocking, have an item of value. If it's an open house, have value. Lead conversion, demonstrate value. Buyer's consultation, listing process, value, value, value. But the funny thing is, nobody actually knows what that means. So I want to break down the 4 pillars of value so that you know, everybody knows exactly what that word means. This is going to change the game. My name is Joe Moretti from High Performance Agents, and I've helped over 1,000 agents in 7 different countries with this exact framework. Let's define value. Now, value.
It's funny because it tends to mean something different to absolutely everybody.
And we know we need to demonstrate it at each and every turn. But the problem is we don't know what we're demonstrating. What we're typically demonstrating is what we find value in. So we tend to lead with what we find useful. Well, yeah, like saving time, that would be useful. And being really quick on the text message reply or being there when the phone rings, that's useful. So that must be value. Wrong. In the client or the prospect's eyes, it doesn't matter if it's sphere, if it is a buyer, if it's listing, open house, wherever this lead or prospect is coming from, value can only be found in real estate in one of 4 areas. Number 1, save me money or make me money. If you are not saving your clients money or making them money, your perception of value will decrease. It is really important for a lot of agents to try to remember, because in the end, that's really what the real estate transaction in a lot of people's minds come down to. Am I losing money or am I making money? Think about your first-time homeowners, your investors, your upsizers, your downsizers. Anybody who has any issue typically comes down to the money. Number 2, are you saving me time? So typically when we think we're leading with value by giving people a million choices, we're gonna go look at 10 houses this weekend, 5 houses next weekend, and halfway through the week, whatever hits, we're gonna go check those out too. You're gonna find really quickly, there'll actually be a value disconnect. Tons of agents see that because what we're doing is we're wasting people's time. People value time. Now the 3rd pillar, this is an interesting one. Are you mitigating risk? Are agents mitigating risk? There's value there. So are you helping people understand your strata documents or your HOA documents? Are you bearing the brunt if something goes wrong? Are you going to be able to shoulder that amount of blame for something going absolutely sideways with the transaction? Can you walk them through a contract? Are you going to negotiate on their behalf? That is mitigating risk. And a lot of agents, they don't do that correctly. They skip things like they'll skip a buyer's consultation. They'll skip things like sending out a pre-listing package before they go to their listing meeting. And what that typically demonstrates are those agents aren't able to mitigate risk. Those are the agents that typically have no process, that just get swallowed up in the transaction and never end up doing right by their specific client. 4th pillar of value. Now the 4th pillar of value, we've covered making you money, saving you money. Covered saving you time, covered mitigating risk, but what's next? That magical 4th pillar, are you providing an elevated experience? Are we going out there and giving them something that they can't find anywhere else? Now, most agents are gonna say to me, yes, they are. Yes, I am. If I called 50 agents right now and I said, hey, are you providing a 10 out of 10 experience? Are you providing an experience that's rave worthy? If I called 10 agents, 9 of them would tell me absolutely. The other one probably just wouldn't pick up their phone. So super important to really grasp that concept that you need to be providing an elevated experience. You may give somebody the exact same information. You may be a high performance agent competing with another high performance agent with the exact same process. Well, what's it going to come down to? Who provides the elevated experience? What am I getting from one agent that I will not get from another? That typically is a lot of the reason why people will stay at like the Hilton or the Fairmont or the Four Seasons rather than the Days Inn. No shade on the Days Inn because that's where I go on my motorcycle trips. So it all comes down to the elevated level of experience, that Ritz-Carlton versus the downtown Ramada. Now, what happens if we don't demonstrate One of these 4 pillars or all of these 4 pillars? This is such a critical quote. In the absence of value, price is the determining factor. If agents cannot demonstrate all 4 of those pillars or find out what's important to their prospect, your commission, an agent's commission, then becomes the pivotal question. If you can't be the best, be the cheapest. So if agents out there are finding themselves having to consistently negotiate their commission, they've gone wrong in one of those 4 areas, if not all 4. So how do you determine what pillar of value is most important to your prospect? You ask. Every one of our scripts comes with this one magical question. Talk to me. Talk to me about your previous experiences in real estate. What went well? When you ask that question, when agents actually embrace that question, what happens is it forces the prospect to open up. They'll tell you what went wrong and how it impacted their pillar of value. They'll tell you how it was a giant waste of time. The house didn't sell. They knew it was overpriced. Nothing happened. The agent didn't call them back, and it sat there, and they could have got more for it 2 years ago. Now here they are. This might even sound familiar. Or, we looked at like 30 homes, and at the end we were overshopped and couldn't make a decision. Okay, well, that's telling you that time is of value. Some people say, I overpaid for that house. I knew we shouldn't have got that house. Our agent, I think they let us down, and they charged us commission. What it came down to is I had one shot, I didn't net the most, I didn't get market rate or better, I overpaid. Okay, money. We did not either save them money or make them enough. We own that. Or what about this? Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting into. We waived inspection. It was like the height of the market in 2022. We waived the inspection. I had no idea there's a buried oil tank, termite problem, and a crack in the foundation, and I had knob and tube wiring. Risk wasn't mitigated. And the last one, I never really heard from them again. I don't even know if they're still alive. They've got that same marketing photo that they used in 1987. I'm sure they're out there somewhere, maybe. Never heard from them again. They never remembered my birthday. I don't know. They've never updated my equity. There's nothing. They were once and done. They were the real estate ghost. Well, there was no elevated experience. So when you ask that question, when that question gets put out there, so talk to me about your previous experiences in real estate. What went well? One of those pillars, if not 2 or 3 or 4 of them, will be highlighted. You will have an absolute value roadmap that is placed in front of you. It's so critical to look at that map and adjust accordingly. So next time there's an agent out there thinking, what's my value proposition? Understand that a value proposition changes from client to client. It's never the same. That's your mission statement. Your mission statement is who you serve and how well you serve them. Your value statement is how you're going to impact change for each and every person, and that's going to be different. So with this, go forth and conquer. You now know the 4 pillars of how to articulate value. Congratulations. If you love this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, comment. You can follow us on Instagram at High Performance Agents. We are here to help. Our passion is helping agents who are looking for a little bit more direction than they currently have. If agents are currently stuck at that 100,000 to 150,000, we can definitely help you hit that 200, 250 and beyond. We know what the heck we're doing. We're going to show you value. So with that, check us out. Happy you could join us.